Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. As the clock strikes 11:30 a.m., 7:30 Eastern, we're here for another watch along, regrettably. It is the Nets who will take on the Hawks today. Fair to say I'm refreshed. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing because I'm just setting myself up for more failure. But we are here still. The Nets are 14 games under 500. They have not been any worse off this season. The Nets are playing two very important games. They are 4 games behind, I believe, the Atlanta Hawks, which, well, in the context of the season, it's very, very important because 4 games back, if we win today, it becomes 3 games. We play the Hawks in 2 days. If we win that game, it becomes 2 games a difference between 10th and 11th. Now, the bad thing is we are nearly the most, not in form, should I say, out of form team in the entire Eastern Conference. The only team worse off is the Wizards, who have not won a game in their last 10. They have lost 12 in a row. The Pistons have actually won more in their last 10 than we have. So it's fair to say that we are well and truly in the mud at the moment. But you can change things with the win today. The Hawks are a decent team, and they haven't looked too affected without Trae Young. Dejounte Murray's had he's had an absolutely excellent period of time with the Hawks while Trae Young is out, but they do have plenty of players we got to deal with. Jalen Johnson, Capela, Bogdanovic, Sadiq Bey. There's a couple of Nets killers in amongst that lot. So, and that's not even including DeAndre Hunter, who I think he is coming off the bench. But the Nets, the other day, had a really, really rough game. Lost 108-81. No one scored more than 15 points. That was primarily because the second and third stringers were basically playing half the game. No Net played more than 30 minutes. And the Magic, fair to say they dominated in basically every quarter that mattered. They didn't particularly play amazing. We were just incredibly off the mark from minute 1, had 20 turnovers. It was just really dire to watch. So much so that I actually gave up. I actually watched the Cavaliers-Dallas game, and fair to say I was pretty happy about that decision because I saw the Screws game winner. Knicks and Sixers are 3-7 in their last 10. They are, yeah, which is sort of nuts. The Knicks aren't really missing anyone. I may be mistaken. The Sixers, of course, don't have Joel Embiid, and they've fallen to the 6th seed. They're actually half a game away from the 8th seed, so they could be in play-in spots if Joel Embiid doesn't come back soon. Now, as I said, today's important. Ben Simmons is out, should I say. And it's not because of injury management. I don't actually know why it hasn't updated. But basically, the reason he's out today is because of knee soreness. The same thing that, he was managed for. No surprises there. Cam Thomas is still out with an ankle sprain. So we won't see him today, which probably means we're going to be witnessing more of the same crap because we don't have another playmaker on the floor. If Mikal Bridges isn't on the court, then there is an issue, and it's very much a hindrance for Mikal because all that attention is dragged towards him, and we know all too well he can't make contested shots. And, apart from the Memphis game, when obviously there was no pressure on any players to do anything, this game, or every other game, feels like it's it's a struggle for this team to even score the ball. And it showed the last game. We didn't even score more than 25 points in any quarter. So we are going to really be strongly tested here. I think it's going to be more of a defensive-minded game. An interesting thing to note is that in the last 5 games against Atlanta, every single game bar one has been decided by 2 points or less. So that's the only silver lining I have out of previous results. The fact that maybe we may see a little bit more fight from this team purely because it always seems to happen against this team. We always seem to be in a close tussle with them. It's going to be really tough, though. I mean, irrespective of who we're playing, it always is a pain in the ass to have to watch this team. Hold on a second. I may disconnect for 1 or 2 seconds. There we go. I'm probably back, I would assume. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm fine. Hold on a second. Sorry about. All right. That should be better. You should be able to hear me loud and clear again. I just dropped out for a couple seconds. Would I consider doing playoff watch-alongs? Really depends about availability. Now, I do have to note, there is, for those people in chat right now, I will tell you what sort of games I'm looking at. Because I did make it clear on the community tab that I am going to be doing, because the Nets are sort of trash and I just hate watching this team half the time, I'm going to do some other games just to see, well, first and foremost, how much traffic we're getting here, because maybe that may give me a little bit more incentive. But also, it's going to make me enjoy watching basketball, and I can get G'd up as a neutral knowing that the Nets are, like, they're not getting absolutely slammed on. So, look, that'll be really good to watch as a neutral because I'll remain impartial. I think that's a good thing. Basically, these are the games I've got listed at the moment. Hang on a second. So, and you can do a poll in about 12 or so hours where you can let me know if there's a specific game you want me to do on the days that I've selected. So the days are, and these are all Australian days, so you just have to go back a day if you're in the US. So if it's like the 15th, it'll be the 14th in the US. So I'll be doing on March the 15th, potentially, Philadelphia, Milwaukee. Then on March the 16th, Denver versus the Spurs, or the Clippers versus the Pels. Then on March the 23rd, I'll do either OKC, Toronto, or Cleveland, Minnesota. Then on the 25th, we'll do, I mean, this is a cracking day of fixtures, this one, March 25. OKC, Milwaukee, Cavs, Heat, Warriors, Timberwolves, Sixers, Clippers, or Lakers, Pacers. So that's 5 different games that are all cracking fixtures on a Monday. Here, it'll be a Sunday night over in the US. So one of those games I'll do. And then on April the 6th, OKC, Indiana, or Golden State, Dallas. So there are plenty of games to pick from. So when the poll comes out, make sure to... Well, it's not a poll, it's just me telling you those games. And you basically just need to tell me which games you would... Or which game on which day would you rather. So make sure to stay tuned about the community poll. Shea is one of my favorite players to watch. That is why I want to do a couple of OKC games, because I think they're one of my more favorite teams in the West. It's more the teams that aren't getting any national coverage that I want to do. Because, like, you see so many people doing Golden State games, LA Lakers games. That's boring. So I want to do something that, like, no one is doing. And also... teams that aren't getting too much love. The Pacers, the Thunder are getting more national coverage. Dallas are a good team to watch. Denver don't really get covered as much as they should. Yeah, so there's a few teams in there. The Clippers, the Pelicans, Minnesota don't get too much national coverage either. So those are some teams that I'm looking to potentially watch. It's more the better teams in the West. I don't really watch too much basketball of theirs because obviously the Nets only play them twice. So I want to see, well, what's going on that side of the conference or on that side of the league. The starters for the Nets, by the way, no Ben Simmons, no Cam Thomas still. They are both day-to-day absences, so they will be back soon. The starters remain the same from the game against Orlando, and the Hawks are starting Dejounte at the point. Bogdanovic, Capela, Bay, and Jalen Johnson. The Hawks were awesome the other day. They won by 27 to Utah, or against Utah. This is always a tough game for us. Every single time it's a tussle. So, look, very interesting statistic to take out of our recent form. Over the last 6 games, the Nets have lost by a total margin of 103 points, which is an average of 17 points per game. That is awful. That is awful. So, yeah, we have to, like, this is what I consistently say. The team needs to play 4 quarters. I don't care if they win or if they lose. Just show some pride. And every single time we play these days, it feels like we're just getting utterly embarrassed. And it's like you're wedging a knife into my chest further and further every single game. It is painful. And the pain just continues to mount. So, look, I'm interested to see what the result is of this game. It's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. Wilson better play the majority of minutes. Well, they've just got to try something different here. Like, I'm not even joking. Half of these players just... It's crazy how poor they are. Crazy how poor they are. Oh, God. So, we'll see how we go. First quarter's getting ready to begin. And this is a very, very important game, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't dropped a like already, make sure to do so. I just beg we actually compete. Just compete. Don't go out sad. That's the only way I could actually really summarize what I need from this performance today. So, here we go. Come on. I can't be asked if we lose this game. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start this one. Nets, Hawks. Oh my goodness. We're 4 games behind the Hawks, who are sitting 10th. Obviously, that final play-in spot. We win the next 2 against Atlanta. That deficit is sliced in half. Will we win? I'm not counting on it. Because every game is just trash. Performance-wise. I don't know what Kevin Ollie would have said in the dressing room. But he better have said something impactful, because I don't want to see the same shit that I saw the other day. Because we went out damn sad. And it starts with Mikal Bridges, bro. He's had an awful, awful run from 3 in the last couple of games. He's shooting something like, I reckon, under 10% from 3. He has been so, so poor. And it's not like he's taking a few 3-pointers a game. He's taken upwards of half a dozen in every single one of the last 3 games, where he hasn't made more than 2 in any match. So, yeah. Even in the Memphis game, he stunk it up from the outside. Alrighty. Come on, lads. I need something from you. Lift. 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 We just simply need to start well and then just hammer it down. Come on, lads. I need to see a good performance. It's going to be really tough to score the ball. Clax has got cornrows today, so is that the sign of a new and improved team? I wouldn't like to think so, but we're underway. The Nets will get into an early set. Schroeder playing against one of his former teams. Finney Smith for 3. It's good. It rattles home. And the Nets are on the board from the outside. Finney Smith only scored 3 points in the entire game the other day. As we saw in the Memphis win, everyone started the game well. So we absolutely need to see something similar here. All players need to be firing on all cylinders. Bogdanovic on the outside. is going to get into the paint. Shoot over Claxton. It's a tough shot, and it's off. The board by Finney-Smith. Bridges will look to push the pace nice and early in this one. Pass it to Dennis. Pass it to Dennis. Bridges lofted pass to the corner. Claxton had the pass knocked away. Still got it, though. And now with 9 to shoot, Bridges on the outside will drive. Bounce pass to Johnson. The 3 is good. And the Nets have got 6 early points. So a good start by Brooklyn. That's exactly what you want. Do not get into a shooting slump early. 6 early points for the Nets. To the corner for Bogdanovic. Picked up by Schroeder. Back out to Dejounte Murray. He's got Clax on him. The cross. The drive. Good bit of hesitation. And he was able to beat Clax and get that extra step. And he scores for 2. So Hawks on the board, but after conceding the first 6 of the game. Claxton had it knocked away. Move into the paint. Missed it. Rebound by Bogdanovic. So Clax is going to have to work hard here because he's got a tough sort of player to deal with. Capela had it knocked away by Mikal. So they got the offensive board, but the Nets quickly negated the impact of such a thing. Claxton, drive into the paint to the corner for Johnson. The screen by Schroeder off the ball. And CJ has hit 2 early trays. And the Nets up 7. So all 9 points accounted for from the outside. And the Nets have not missed a 3-pointer in the game. Bogdanovic into the paint. Will drive baseline. Gets caught under the basket. Good extra feed. Drew the defender. Dunked it down. Did Capela. And the Nets have conceded their second bucket. And I can already tell Capela's going to be a slight issue. And I think that may be understating things. So Schroeder on the outside. The drive. Gets into the paint. To the corner again. Johnson's ready to shoot. He has hit another 3. CJ is on a heater. We haven't even played 3 minutes. And he's already got 3 3-pointers. Johnson the drive. Missed it. The board. Nearly chased up by Clint Capela. But a good miss forced by the Nets. And we've hit 4 3-pointers in 3 minutes. Jesus Christ, it's a bit... Well, it's fair to say that Cam Johnson has gone nuclear in the early going, and the Nets have an 8-point lead on the back of it. Schroeder bridges the drive to the corner for Finney-Smith, who drives. The kick out to Mikal. 1 more to Schroeder. Great ball movement. Another 3. He fucking airballed it. So first miss from the outside goes the way of Schroeder, and it was not pretty. Out to Sadiq Bey. Good move. Gets into the paint. The pump fake. The drive. I don't know how we didn't get a foul going his way. Capela nearly got the rebound, but Johnson snatched it away. The drive by Johnson. The Euro. The foul. Doesn't get it to go, but free throws coming up. And CJ. Oh my goodness. I don't know where this has come from. He's got a bit of pep in his step. And he can already enter double figures in just over 3 minutes of basketball. Granted, we didn't have a player or more than one player the other day score more than 10 points in the first half. And here we are with one player ready to hit it in 3.5 minutes if he makes 1 free throw, which is sort of ridiculous if you think about it. There you go. Cam Johnson's got 10 points already. 10 points. Danny, welcome to the stream, buddy. Matt, welcome as well. Johnson rims out on the second. The board by the Nets. Johnson again. It's off back iron, but Bridges with the board. He gets into the paint. The step back 2. It's good. The Nets are turning dust into gold at the moment. 15-4. Great start. This couldn't be like any more worlds apart. Jeez, I can't speak. Any more worlds apart from the last game we played against Orlando. That was knocked away by Schroeder. Goes out of play. 6 to shoot for Atlanta. But the Nets have come out the gate with an energy that I didn't see at any stage against Orlando the other day. So this is what we should have seen 2 nights ago. Instead, we dropped a game. Johnson from the outside, the pump fake, forced into a pass. They got to put one up. That is a tough 3, and it's an air ball. Bro, the Nets are on one. Great start. Great start. That's all I have to say. No complaining about this start. I mean, it helps when you're scoring the ball, but the defense has been really good as well. Capela's had a couple occasions where he's had hands on an offensive board. Here's Johnson again. That one's blocked at the rim by Capela. The Hawks will run in transition. It's Murray who will pick up his dribble. Bro, CJ is having an excellent start to this one. He knocks another pass out of bounds. That was a good drive by CJ, but Capela met him at the apex, and the Nets will have to defend again. Bridges in the corner. Murray drives on him. Kick out. Jalen Johnson, the drive. Shoots over Finney-Smith. Bad miss. Rebound by the Nets. Bro, it's like watching two of the same player. Cam Johnson and Jalen Johnson. They got the same surname, the same haircut, play the same position. Mikal's hit another three. The Nets are up 14 inside 5 minutes. What the fuck is this start? I'm so confused. Bro, this team lost by 27 the other day. They've scored 18 points. Already, we have not played 5 minutes yet. And look, for context, ladies and gents, for context, the Nets the other day did not score more than 25 in any quarter. In any quarter. And also for context, the only guy that hit 3 threes, or more than 1 3, should I say, in the previous game was Schroeder. Now, Cam Johnson hit 1 3 in the entire game the other day. He had 9 points in the whole match against the Magic. 9 points. Finney-Smith only had 3 points in the whole game. Now, if you look at the box score, which has not appeared yet, I've put Mikal in the spotlight because he needs to be, because he's been fucking trash and we need him to lift. You can see right now, Cam Johnson is 10. Mikal Bridges has 5. The Nets have 5 3-pointers. They've also been to the free throw line. A number of things happening here which simply, like, I didn't expect to happen this early on in the game. But here we are. We've already got a steal and a block. Hit 5 threes. The whole team obviously a plus 14. And surprisingly, well, Claxton and Schroeder, the two most efficient players in the starting lineup the other day, with a decent sort of volume, are the only two players who have missed. Or should I say, the only two players who have not scored. Meanwhile, for the Hawks, they have gotten only 4 points, shooting 2 of 8, and have already turned the ball over 2 times. We're getting a few corner threes, but we're knocking down a few above the break as well. So, I mean, fair to say, I did not see this start coming, especially after getting absolutely demolished, getting the floor wiped with themselves, basically. That is an excellent start by the Nets. Jesus Christ. I used to pray for times like these. Yeah, I did too. I did a full sermon before I started this stream, trying to manifest something good. But the Nets are off to an absolute flyer. And I did say out the gate, we need to be absolutely on it. And it's fair to say, well, you live by the 3, you die by the 3 with this team. And right now, Nets have got 5 3-pointers. And they've made more threes than the Hawks have scored points. So I'm very, very surprised. And so they're going to try and get it to Dejounte Murray. And they get it in. But not easily. Had to second guess themselves a little. Garrison Matthews is in early with DeAndre Hunter. Bay. Oh my God. So Cam Johnson got hit in the face and gave up on the defensive play. Sadiq Bey also got hit, but they've called the foul on whoever hit Sadiq Bey, not whoever hit Cam Johnson, which was Sadiq Bey. Probably very difficult to follow what I just said, but here we are. I don't really understand how that's not an offensive foul. So Cam Johnson's been hit on the schnoz. Let's have a look. So yeah, Clax was a bit of a fucking idiot because he didn't even... Oh yeah, Cam Johnson, so he got hit right in the nose because Sadiq Bey's just backed his head into him, and Claxton's then basically swatted at Sadiq Bey on the head. Yeah, that is a dumb foul. Clax is going to be hit with the flagrant, I reckon. Every time we get momentum, Claxton always does something brain dead. Always. If we can play like this for the rest of the season, you can forget about calling any of those other matches. Ian, we are 5 minutes into this game. Talk about getting ahead of ourselves. We know no lead is safe, let alone 5 minutes into the game. Yeah. So Clax is going to be hit with the flagrant, so the Hawks will get 2 shots, possession. That is not a smart foul to give away if you're Nic Claxton. Great start for the Nets. Only 4 points conceded in 5 minutes to go with, obviously, the 18 the other way. So it's going to be free throws plus the ball for the Hawks. But yeah, that's the sort of shit you don't want to let seep into the game. Easy decisions like that. You kill the momentum because of the dumb fouls you commit. Cam Johnson goes to the bench, and that's probably, well, the only time I'll actually be pissed off with Cam Johnson going to the bench, because he's had an absolutely brilliant start. He's got 10 points already, single-handedly outscoring the Hawks. So Sadiq Bey gets 2 on the board, and the Hawks will get into a set now. 18-6 the score. And the Hawks will get into it here. So sub made Lonnie Walker into the game, so we're a little bit smaller. Bridges will now play at 3. Hunter the drive on Walker. Gets into the paint, shoots, hits back iron, the board by Mikal Bridges, and the Hawks continue to struggle from the field. Mikal to Claxton to Finney-Smith in the corner right in front of the Nets bench. Kick out, he's just passed it into the arm of Hunter. They run in transition. Capela just completely threw it out of bounds. He never looked comfortable having to run the break by himself. He's probably not the man you want in such a position to actually have to bring the ball up. You want him completing the play in transition. You don't want him taking any dribbles on the way up. So the Nets lead by 12. 4 turnovers for Atlanta in the opening. Mikal, good wraparound. No look to Finney-Smith. On the wing, that is short. The board by Matthews, and now Dejounte Murray will get them into a set. A switch, the drive, wraparound pass, great ball movement. Matthews moves into a 3 and hits back iron, gets his own miss, misses the putback, the board by the Nets, and it's Claxton who'll get it ahead to Schroeder, who will drive, well held up by Sadiq Bey. Kick out, Finney-Smith. Thought about the 3, body bump to the corner for Bridges. Another 3, it doesn't go in, and the board by the Hawks. So last few shots have not fallen for the Nets, and it's because the 3-point shooting has normalized just a little bit. Murray on the outside, the drive, the pull-up in the mid-range, and he converts, and that was some very good coverage by Claxton, but Murray just too good on that occasion there. So 18-8, Schroeder, the bounce pass to Claxton on the roll. He's blocked, and it will be Nets ball, but great defense by Capela. And as the defensive anchor in the middle, he is doing an excellent job. So, Day'Ron Sharpe into the game, and for the Hawks, they do not have Onyeka Okongwu. And so, the backup center for the Hawks is Bruno Fernando. Sharpe. Oh my god, bro. Day'Ron comes in, immediate turnover. Day'Ron tries to get the block. Fernando missed the putback. And, mate, the Hawks are making a meal out of absolutely everything at the moment, even when they are getting the right plays on the defensive side. That was a simple layup. Good defense by Day'Ron. No one boxing out, and Fernando just missed the simple bunny. Hunter, good pump fake, and Finney-Smith swatted him but Walker jumped, and free throws coming up. I'm not liking the amount of threes we're taking though, because if this 3-point conversion drops off, which it's most likely bound to happen, as we saw in the Memphis game, we started first half, shot 50% from 3, hit 10 threes in the half, and then second half only hit 5 and shot more than 19 threes that we attempted in the first half. So that normalized the 3-point percentage. You know, got to get a good mix. So Hunter makes both. The Hawks have scored the last 6. It has not been a very clean 6 points. They've gotten 4 of those off free throws, but the Nets now. Mikal, Schroeder the drive. Bridges is open, top of the key. He's got to hit those. Dayron gets the offensive board, body bump, gets one up, and gets the bounce off the rim. I'd rather that than a Mikal Bridges 3. The reliability's been well down recently, so I don't back him in whatsoever. The Nets back up to a double-digit lead. Murray on the outside will drive. Shoots. Good contest by Finney-Smith. Dayron does well to bat it to Schroeder. And we're going to push the pace again after forcing another miss. Finney-Smith again will keep firing. That's off. And the board by Matthews. How many threes do you want to damn take? Murray. Good defense by Schroeder. Bay gets through. Dayron's playing drop, but another miss by the Hawks in the mid-range. And we're forcing those or allowing those, and Hawks not really capitalizing. Walker will drive, roll it back out. Oh my God, Schroeder saves it. Dayron nearly does. And the Hawks are going to get the steal. Schroeder's the last line, gets the finger roll to go. Nets are turning it over a bit now, and I'm not liking it. Hawks have gone on a little 8-2 run, and the Nets have a few things to work out here. Just poor passes. Poor passes. The Hawks are knuckling down a little bit more on defense. It has been since Cam Johnson's gone to the bench, believe it or not. I have to calm down. I'm my normal self. I don't really know what I need to do here. I'm fine. At the moment. Why did Ollie replace CJ instead of DFS? Because his nose was cooked. His nose There's a reason for that. His nose was bleeding. So he had to go off. And that's just the way the Nets' luck goes at the moment. Great start. One of your players is on an absolute 10. He has to go to the bench because his nose... like he got hit in the nose. It's just incredibly unfortunate because he started the game well for once. So the Hawks are shooting absolute dog water at the moment. They're 4 of 18. That is awful, ladies and gentlemen. And we lead by 8, but the problem is too many threes. We started the game well. We were 5 of 7. We've missed our last 4. And it's because it's Mikal and Dorian Finney-Smith who keep chucking them up. And they're not really converting them at a great rate. So we're now sub 50% from the field and 3. Still no free throws after Cam Johnson has gone to the bench. We've turned it over a little bit. Rebounding's been pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the rebounding at the moment. Schroeder's got 3 dimes. Mikal, bro, he just needs to stop chucking up threes. It just, like, you can see from a mile away. It's just something I'm not really too comfortable about watching. He's better in the mid-range. He needs to take more mid-range jump shots, for sure. I actually think his chances of making those are far better than anything else. So, Mikal, since the Toronto game, is 3 for 31. That is 10%. That is less than 10%, bro. But against Atlanta in the last 3 games, he's averaging 40 and a 56% percentage from 3. So I don't know if that's a sign of things to come. Gonna end up a close game. Well, interesting you say that. Interesting you bring it up. I mentioned pre-game. The last 5 games we've played against the Hawks, the game's been decided by 2 or less in 4 of the 5. So, fair to say, this team, or these teams, really go at it on a similar level, of course. Hawks obviously are 4 games ahead of the Nets in the standings. So, yeah. Oh, man. Alrighty. So the Nets will inbound. Final 4 minutes of the first quarter incoming. I beg that you are able to solidify this lead, not choke it. We started well. Offense has been a little bit questionable since. Schroeder missed the fucking layup. It's going to be Nets ball because Dayron fought on the glass, but Dennis Schroeder has to make those layups. That was an absolute cakewalk right there. Fernando didn't even commit to the layup properly. So, 3:47 to play. You have to attack the paint. They don't have Capela in the game. Bridges, there you go. Scores with the floater. And Mikal, as I just said, can't score the three. Get inside. Wilson is on the court. Loving that. Early minutes for Jalen. So Dayron, Jalen, CJ, Mikal Bridges, Schroeder the 5. Murray into the paint. Good wraparound pass. Fernando lost it. He's going to get it back. Body bump. Johnson knocked it away. Schroeder picks up the steal. He's going to hold up. Oh my god, bro. Jalen Wilson is open in the corner. Has been for ages. Kick out to Schroeder now on the wing, who shoots a 3, and he hits as well. Bro, he has been, in the last 4 or so games where Mikal has not shot it well, Dennis Schroeder has been on a tear from the outside. And that 3-point jumper is looking very nice. Murray on the perimeter, the drive. Got Wilson on him. Shoots off the window and misses. The board by Sharp. And the Nets can continue on the nice shooting form. In the first quarter, there's a foul. Out front, it is Cam Johnson who drew it. DeAndre Hunter who committed it. Schroeder will go to the bench. Oh my goodness. Get DSJ out of here. Bro, play Watford for fuck's sake, man. Does my head in, bro. DSJ is going to fuck this up again. I can tell you right now. Mikal, CJ, Dayron, good roll. Finishes the layup. Good alley-oop. And CJ with the feed. 2.5 to play. First quarter. Nets up 27-12. And the rookie, Kobe Buffkin, is in the game. The Nets on a 7-0 run. Wilson, good contest. Dayron on the board. Johnson will push the pace again. Staggers. Gets into the paint. Kick out to Sharp. One more to Johnson. He will drive. Good work by Dayron. Flings it to the corner. Mikal's hit another 3. The Nets have 30. And the Hawks are down 18 points. 18. There's no in between with this team. You either flog an opponent or you don't. You get smoked. Good response by Buffkin, who gets on the board. 16-point lead for the Nets. And DSJ will handle the point guard responsibilities. Mikal shoots again, a 3. And it bounces off the rim. No good. Board for the Hawks. Mikal, don't shoot the 3 again, please. Bridges knocks it away from Buffkin. Screen. Drive. Kick out. Bogdanovic ready to fire. 3 is to the left. The board by Bridges. Drive. Bounce pass to Wilson, who doesn't really have anyone to pass to. He may have to create himself. He gives it to Sharp. Oh, what a cut by Wilson. Blew the layup. Knew he did. Got his own miss. Gets the points. And it's the Nets up 18. Again. Jalen Wilson, great backdoor cut. Had the defender caught off guard. The Hawks are in the mud at the moment. Hunter the step back 2. That is good. And that's like the first mid-range they've actually made in the first quarter. They've found it really, really tough. The Nets, well, they struggle to have these sorts of quarters. Let's execute the 2-for-1 now. Bridges, high screen, switch, drive, gets into the paint. Loopy pass to Wilson. Got to put one up. The 3 is up. It's off. The board by Jalen Johnson. 3-second difference between shot and game. Johnson has Wilson on him. And now Buffkin up top will have Bridges guarding him. So, clock winding down. Good hesitation. High off the window, it's off. The board by Jalen Wilson. DSJ. Trailer is Johnson. Moves through 2 defenders. Dunk! .9 left. CJ. Yes, sir. Oh, my God. And the Hawks nearly scored one from about 70 feet. That's the quarter time break. The Nets up 18. What a stellar quarter by the Nets. You know, Cam Johnson, bro, a lot of people have been dissing him, and rightfully so, because he's been absolute dog water this season. But today is one of, well, this first quarter has nearly been his best first quarter performance as a Net. He's had a few of these sprinkled in his Nets tenure, but this is probably one of the best ones I've ever seen. The Nets are up by 18 points a quarter time. They lead 34-16. And I tell you what, well, this team, for context, the other day against Orlando scored 44 points in the first half. We've scored 34 in one quarter. Mikal Bridges has 10. The Twins are actually playing like it. I saw this very, very funny, very funny comment made on Twitter. I'm going to read it out at halftime, but it almost looks like that quote was the wake-up call for these lads, because, well, they've hit 5 3-pointers between them. They've hit 8 of 13 combined. They've combined for 22 of our points. They're both outscoring the Hawks single-handedly, or as a duo. Cam Johnson got 2 steals. Bridges has got a steal and a block. They're doing things defensively and offensively. Cam Johnson is a plus 22 in 8 minutes. 9 minutes. Crazy. Crazy to think. And this is exactly what we should have seen against Orlando. Against an Orlando team without Banchero. This is what you should have done. We've hit 7 threes, taken 15, so probably a few too many. But look at those percentages. I mean, when you're not getting to the free throw line, threes are so important. Scoring from the field is very important. Keeping the turnovers down are important. And it's fair to say that we've nailed basically every single category. And on top, the Hawks are playing abysmally in terms of the offensive work. They've only made 6 field goals, shooting 25%, haven't made a 3. And it's real struggle street for them. If they didn't get 3 steals and 3 blocks, they could have been in even more of a deeper hole. Dejounte Murray's got 6. Hunter's got 4, but outside of those 2 players, no one has had more than 1 basket made. So they are really, really struggling. Murray accounts for half of their field goals. And I think the real key thing, look at all those shots from the Hawks. There's a lot of mid-ranges there. Nothing in the restricted area, really only a couple of makes in the restricted area. So they've had to make a lot more mid-ranges than they usually would. And they're really struggling as a result. We've hit a ton of corner threes and a lot of corner threes. All the corner threes from the left corner and also from basically the right side of that 3-point arc. And outside of that, you see like no mid-ranges, only 2 mid-ranges taken, and both of them have been makes, and then basically all of the other shots made are in the restricted area. So we've gotten that balance right. The second quarter is now underway, but you can see there's no in-between. Like if we're either making threes or we're making restricted area layups. That's what you want. Claxton again wasn't able to complete the dunk, and he's got to make those, man. If you want to get paid big money in the offseason, got to make those. Buffkin's open for threes, ready to shoot. It rims out. Wilson fights on the glass. And what? It's going to remain here. I don't know who the foul is on, but Wilson got a hand to it. I thought he was being held, to be honest. I'm a little bit behind. Let's have a look. Bro, what the fuck? Where? Okay, so Wilson is the guy committing the foul because he went over the back. Buffkin to Bogdanovic. He's picked up by Claxton. He's going to have to drive it. Bogdanovic tried the reverse. Good defense by Claxton. No daylight for the layup to go up. Wilson, kick out. Smith. Johnson's open for 3. It was a 5-on-4. No lift. And didn't make the distance, really. Johnson in transition for the Hawks. That's Jalen. Had it knocked away by Walker. Wilson gets it ahead to Walker, who can collect it full stride, but the pass wasn't good enough. Walker steps back for 3. It's good. Oh, my God. You know we're taking the piss when we're passing up wide open layups and then hitting a contested 3 in the face of the Hawks defender. Defense has been awesome. Offense has, well, really been fueled because of that. Hunter in the mid-range, another tough shot, but he makes. And it feels like that's seeped into his game a little bit more often in the last well, season or so, I feel. Because he used to take a lot of three-pointers, and that was really about it. Johnson again, picked up by the other Johnson. Drive, kick out to the corner for Wilson, who will go baseline. Good move. Lost it, got it back, and scored the push shot. So a little bit of fortune involved there. The Hawks, I don't remember them scoring another 2 points. Where did that 2 points come from? Bufkin will shoot a three over Claxton and hit. So that is, I mean, fair play. And maybe his toe was on the line because it's been counted at 2. DSJ on the outside. We'll use the Claxton screen, the drive. Kick out to Walker. Didn't have room to shoot the 3, which I think he would have loved to do. Johnson's wide open, and that's badly off. And a board for the Hawks. It's Johnson, Jalen, who will cross up. Walker, good move inside. DSJ got hit in the face this time. That's the second time that has happened to a player today. And both times the Nets have been the recipients of, well, an elbow. So 39-22, Nets in command early in the second quarter. Oh, that actually is an offensive foul. How many times have we been hit with an offensive foul for moving the elbow like that? All right. Are you able to do the Nuggets and Heat game? I'm doing this game. I do have a life outside of this, you know. I do have a life outside of this. That's the whole reason. Yeah. Because I think I'd want to blow my brains out if I was just sitting here watching basketball all day. The Nets will get a rebound because the Hawks went 1 of 2 from the line. Hawks down 16. Schroeder is back on the court for DSJ, who's probably getting patched up. That's a poor pass, and it's going the other way. Cam Johnson with the poor read. Claxton was, well, running into the space where CJ passed it, but it just was too far in front. And the Nets will play defense now, leading by 16 points. They led by 18 at the first change. Got to ensure that we rub out these turnovers. So Bufkin getting some responsibility as the backup point guard, with Murray getting ready to check in now. Screen. Switch. Schroeder does well defensively. Affected the pass. Bogdanovic will drive on Claxton. And he just missed the layup. Another block for Claxton, and he's got Bogdanovic on clamps at the moment. Every time Claxton switches onto a guard, he's doing a very, very good job of ensuring that the attacking player, the man going downhill, does not get ahead of him. Murray is in the game. Wilson's picking him up, which I like. Murray, 2 to shoot. Capela rolls. Kick out. They're going to have to put one up, and Bufkin's wide open, and he hits. Fuck's sake, man. So, Bufkin doing a good job here. Walker the layup. Didn't get it to go. The Hawks can run in transition again. It's Murray to the corner. 3. Moving 3 is good. And I would expect a timeout. Wesley Matthews is in the game for the Hawks. And I forgot he existed. And we have to call a timeout. So, I mean, the right shots are there, but you can just tell. I don't understand why this team is so fucking pathetic in transition defensively. The Hawks have gotten a run on. They started the game shit from the field, but they have really beefed it up. I mean, in the first 3.5 minutes of this second quarter, already scored 13 points. Scored 16 in the entire first quarter. So, take that for what you will. The Hawks started the game. Quarter time, they were 6 of 24. They are now 5 of 8 in this second quarter. They've also hit 2 threes in the quarter. It's Kobe Bufkin, who's been very, very solid for them. He's actually leading the Hawks in points. He's got 7 off the bench in 6 minutes, and he is a +3 in that time in the plus-minus. Wesley Matthews has been in the game for 1 minute and is a +6. So they're being good. Yeah, that is the situation. For the Hawks at the moment, the Nets, I mean, they've fallen off a little bit offensively in this second quarter. Still have hit a three-pointer, though. And we are shooting the ball 47%, which isn't bad. But I would love to see us test the waters with more free throws, potentially. Try attack mismatches and such. Cam Johnson leads the way with 12. Mikal's got 10 points. He's been awesome. Jalen Wilson off the bench in 7 minutes has been pretty decent. 4 points, 3 rebounds. Lonnie Walker's hit a 3, but he is a negative 12. So I don't really know what that's saying about anything, to be honest. Claxton actually hasn't been that great when he's been on the court. He has not scored. He's got a block to his name, but Capela's actually really dominating him, even though the stats may not indicate it. Capela's got 3 blocks. He's also got 3 turnovers, so I don't really know. It's a bit of give and take with Clint Capela at the moment. But the Nets lead by 10. The Hawks have done a good job trimming the deficit from the first quarter. They've basically sliced it in half. Yeah. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new as well. We'll be back for, well, in 2 days' time. In 2 days' time for Nets Hawks again. However, it is a much earlier start. It'll be 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning here, so I'm waking up for it. So hope you can all be here for that one as well. Important games, these ones. The Nets have gotten off to a great start. Really, I think they've led the entire way. But yeah, they've led the entire way. But you know, the Hawks do have the momentum as it currently stands. Good minutes by the bench pieces for the Hawks, even though on paper they don't look too strong. Buffkin remains in. Schroeder shoots a 3. He is feeling it, bro. Every time he shoots it, you have a good amount of hope he's going to knock it down. Schroeder's made 2 threes in the game. The switch. Murray on the outside will drive on Schroeder. Shoots. Oh, that is a tough shot. That didn't even look all that natural, and he was still able to score on the baseline. Schroeder on the outside will drive, get into the paint. Body bump. How is that not a foul? And a board for the Hawks. They can cut it to single figures here. Murray the drive, the layup, and the foul. Schroeder wanted a foul on the other end, didn't get it, and it's almost like the referees see any player in a Nets uniform and just, yeah, they just don't give a shit. That was clearly a foul. He fucking had him, like, Matthews pushed him on the side. I have no idea how that wasn't a foul call. We get one of the worst whistles in the league. Undisputed. I'd love to see how many free throws we average this season. It really feels like, I reckon, we're the worst free throw shooting team in the entire league. Like, barely take any in a game. The Hawks can cut it to single figures here, and Murray misses. Get the board, please. Schroeder does, and he's going to look to get into the offensive set real quick. Bridges 3, it's off. And it's a foul that remains here, or which will force the play to remain here. Bridges transition 3s. I'm liking the looks. It's just Mikal doesn't have any polish with the way he's making those at the moment. So the Nets will have another crack here to build on this lead at the 7:33 mark of this quarter. Claxton looking for a handoff. We'll give it to Schroeder. Screen by Claxton, the drive. Schroeder pump fake. Back out to Walker. He's got to put one up. Oh, good pump fake. The 3, there was plenty of room. It's off. Board for the Hawks. They're getting stops now. Stop shooting the 3s. Buffkin pulls up. It's off. Rebound Claxton. And he's going to bring it up himself. Fakes the handoff. Takes it inside. Tests Capela and he scores. And that's a very nice move by Nic Claxton. It's almost as if you go at the player with pace, the defensive anchor with pace, and you combat, you know, Capela standing still with running fast, well, you're going to be able to get through and counteract it. Murray for 3. He moves into it. It's off. Board for the Nets. Schroeder. Picked up by Matthews on the wing. Screen by Claxton. Schroeder gets into the middle. Had it knocked away. Good defense, Matthews. 2-on-1 fast break for the Hawks. Bro, Walker got absolutely cleaned up. That is the third hit in the jaw. What the fuck is that bullshit, mate? How can they keep doing this, bro? That is an offensive foul. How many times are you going to allow them to do that? Oh my God, bro. How many times do you elevate your elbows as a Nets player and get hit with an offensive foul? Fucking bullshit. I don't understand that. That has always been deemed an offensive foul whenever the Nets do it. Every single time they plow through. What an absolute farce. Sharp will check in. Cam Johnson will check in. The Hawks trail by 11. It's just bullshit. Murray misses another free throw. So he's gone 2 of his last 4 at the line. The Hawks are 7 of 10 overall as a team. Schroeder on the outside will drive on Murray. Good dump off. Dayron blew the fucking layup. Oh my God, bro. Murray into the paint. Stops. Kick out to the corner for Johnson. Well covered. 3 for Saddiq Bey. That is off. And a rebound by Mikal. Good defensive recovery because Atlanta players nearly lost us. Bridges. Runner. That's off. Rebound Atlanta. Mikal needs to pull up. He needs to stop shooting off balance. Murray gets inside and gets the score to go. It's down to a 9-point deficit. The Hawks have cut this one in half. So the Nets shooting a shocking 29% from the field in the second quarter. Every game this happens. I mean, we lead by 9 still. Schroeder, pull up. Gets it to go. Soft bounce. And those are the ones you just need to go your way at the moment. So, Hawks down 11. We need to get a couple stops here. We've already shipped off 19 points in the quarter, which is just way too much. Way too high a rate. Murray, bounce pass to the corner, whips it around. Johnson gets by the closeout. The lob was on. We couldn't secure it, and Johnson's able to get it up and in. We're like robotic. Just hands up. Didn't want the rebound. Any business with it. When in the first quarter, we're probably chasing that up and actually capitalizing on the tipped ball. Schroeder pulls up for 2. That's off. Rebound by Capela. So the Hawks are really trimming into this deficit now. Johnson in the corner to Bey, who will post up Cam Johnson. Good dump off. It's too easy, bro. What the fuck are you doing, Mikal? Oh my God. It's too easy. The amount of times we have a fucking center jumping, bro. Only the Nets can cough up a 19-point lead as easily as they have. Capela at the line makes the free throw. It's down to 6. 20-7 extended run. You just see once the shots start to not fall, as they have been this quarter, it has a complete knock-on effect to the way we play defense. Finney-Smith for 3. That's also off. Rebound secured by Cam Johnson. Bounce pass to Sharp. We need a bit of composure here. Schroeder will drive. Layup. High off the window is good. That is delicious. Oh my goodness. Murray the driving kick. Johnson hesitated. Shot the 3. It's off. Now, if you get the rebound now, you need to capitalize here. Get this lead back up to something a little bit more comfortable going into the break. Mikal will get the handoff. To the corner for Johnson. Ready to fire? Yes! And we're going to get a timeout. The Hawks have conceded the last 5 points. It gets our buffer back up to 11. And that's excellent ball movement there by Mikal Bridges. I thought the pass was a little bit to the left. A little bit too much to the left. But excellent job there to recover from the pass that was slightly off. And he really didn't look like affected one bit whatsoever. The Nets back up 11. And it's good to see a couple of shots go down to reinforce the lead at the back end of the quarter. It's going to be important that we go into the break with a double-digit lead, I do think, because the first quarter was strong. We're shooting the ball well. We've had 2 free throws. That's the main issue. Turnovers looked after it. Field goal percentage is a little bit whack, but the 10 3-pointers are really doing wonders for us at the moment, even though we're not shooting super lights out. Cam Johnson has hit 15 points in the quarter. Mikal Bridges, fairly inefficient, but he's done, well, he's been a bit of an all-rounder today. He's got 5 boards, 3 dimes to go with the 10 points. Schroeder's got 10 as well, having shot the same and scored the same as Mikal. Not too much bench presence, but you know, your team's going to be very well positioned if you've got 3 players already hitting double figures at this stage of the game. For the Hawks, rebounds very similar. They're shooting it poorly, but the free throws keep them alive. They've actually had 5 less shots than us and made 5 less. That is the real difference. On top of that, the free throws, the 3-pointers are really affecting them. They've only hit 2 threes, and the free throw counter is keeping him in this. Didn't really turn the ball over in this second quarter, or haven't to this stage. There's still 3.5 minutes to play. And obviously, plenty to play for as well. This team desperately needs to close out a half strongly, because far too many times this season, complete fall off. At the back end of the quarter. It's going to be interesting to see how many minutes these guys end up with at the end of the quarter. Mikal, Schroeder, and Cam Johnson played heavy minutes. I'm liking the fact DSJ has only played 5 minutes, and I'm also liking the fact Jalen Wilson's played 7 minutes. So I think minute allocations have been pretty strong here. Alrighty. So, interestingly enough, according to the broadcast, Dejounte Murray has had 11 dimes in the last 2 games. Each game. Not combined, each game. Today, he's only got the 1 dime. So, you figure that, either Dejounte Murray's passes are not being capitalized on, or he's just not passing the ball. He has been a focal point today for them, so you would probably figure that maybe he's not looking to pass it as much today. Bogdanovic, good switching. Screen. Murray drives on Bridges. Turnaround. Good cut by Johnson. It was knocked away. And it will be Hawks ball because Finney Smith could not rake it in. We got 1.3 seconds. Do not allow an open look. Do not, under any circumstance, allow an open look. I swear to God. 1.3. Inbounded to Johnson. It's high arcing. Doesn't go in. You gotta fucking box out, bro. Fuck's sake, man. That fucking does my head in. Had a chance to get a steal, had a chance to get a rebound, didn't do either, concede 2 points. You could have gotten a stop instead. And get this lead up to over 12. How the fuck is that not a foul for Bridges? And also, why is he chucking that shot up? Dejounte drive and kick. Bogdanovic ready to shoot. Johnson, terrible closeout. But the Nets will be the beneficiary here because Bogdanovic misses. Bridges on the outside. Screen. Pass to the corner for Johnson. Behind the back. Step back 3. He is feeling it. Oh, that's off. Dejounte Murray chases up the board. Got to recover here. Murray the drive. Goes downhill. Too easy. Way too easy. Fucking does my head in. Because it should be upwards of 12, 13 points right now. Complete swing the other way, though. It all has a knock-on effect. Finney Smith feeds Claxton. He's got Bogdanovic on him. Got to maximize that. Bro. Murray again in transition. Actually passed up a layup. Bogdanovic blew the layup. Johnson couldn't get the board. Saved by Schroeder. Johnson will get the board at the end of it all. Far out. Fairly frantic here. Schroeder on the outside. The screen. The switch. Johnson to the... not Johnson to Johnson. Johnson to Schroeder. Up top, he's got 3 to shoot. He's just going to put up a 3, isn't he? Nope, he drives. Puts one up. How did he get that to go? Fairly lucky. I'm not going to say that that was down to skill, because that was a chuck up. And it's no different to when Mikal Bridges does it. But we're lucky there. Murray for 3. Oh my god, bro. Of course they're going to go on a run at the end of the fucking quarter, bro. 1 minute to play. It's been more of a grind in this second quarter. Nets only the 19 points. Clax on the perimeter. Johnson receives the handoff. Bridges, Finney-Smith, drives baseline, kick out, Schroeder, Johnson, great ball movement. Yes! That is excellent team play by the Nets. Everyone got their hands on it. Everyone got their hands on it. Murray, please get a stop. Murray, the drive, gets into the paint. The kick out to Johnson. It's wide open. And it's off. But you can't get the rebound. Schroeder saves it. Oh my god, bro. Mate! Get the fucking rebound! Oh, for God's sake. So Murray is going to do the inbounding right in the corner. Goes to Johnson. Had it knocked away. Other Johnson is guarding him. Murray on the outside. The screen and switch. Finney-Smith guarding. Do not allow it. He does shoot it. It rattles in. Bro, fuck off. Fuck off. He's not that good. He's just not. That's just fucking bullshit. Everyone that enters the Barclays Center gets those shots to go. Schroeder's going to try respond. That rims out. Can't get it to go. That sums it up. That three-pointer rims out. The one on the other end rims in. Just fucking bullshit that every single star that comes to this venue plays well. They scored 34 in the quarter, but luckily the Nets had a bit of a better offensive quarter in the second than the Hawks did, and thus they lead by 6. But, bro, 34 points to the Hawks. They did not even play that well. Shot selection started to dip. They ran in transition, and all of a sudden we have a ball game. But we do lead at the main change. The only worry for me is the fact that we have gotten 18 points from Cam Johnson in the first half. I don't think that's happening in the second half, best believe, because this guy is a choke artist in the final 5 minutes. Whenever we enter the clutch, he has no idea what the fuck he's doing. Claxton's been pretty shit. 1 of 6. He's had a couple of putbacks available to him, just hasn't converted those. Schroeder's got 12. And gotten 5 dimes and 5 boards, so maybe a triple-double watch for him. What's really doing my head in is the amount of second chance points they're getting, and they're very easy to rake in. Like, we are this close to getting a steal, this close to getting a rebound. We just outposition ourselves, don't show enough hunt for the ball, and as a result, we get punished. The real issue for me, though, is the fact that we've shot 26 threes, made 11, which is a very good rate. The issue, though, is, well, for starters, we're shooting the same percentage from 3 as we are on the inside, which, look, if the 3s start to not fall, I have very big concerns that everything's going to fall off, because we're finding it tougher to score on the inside. And that's where you usually go to sort of counteract your struggles from 3. We have not had any free throws, at all. Apart from, of course, in the first quarter. Rebounding hasn't been too bad, all things considered, even though we're getting out-rebounded by 1. We have had 6 offensive rebounds each. Turnovers pretty turnover-free in this game. The Hawks are 4 of 15 from the outside. They are shooting 39% from the field, yet they only trail by 6 because that free throw number is looking very, very nice for them when you compare it to us. Now, this is the huge issue. There is no way you single-handedly lose to Dejounte Murray. He scored 20 points and 6 rebounds. There have been good moments where you've played strong defense. In that quarter, he shot 5 of 6 from 3 or from the field. He hit 2 threes late. He's gotten to the free throw line. He's been good for them, even though he's a negative in the plus minus. The bench did play some good minutes for the Hawks. Bufkin scored 7. He's actually their second top scorer. Who would have thought? Here is the concern I have, though. Sadiq Bey, 1 of 5. Johnson, 2 of 8. Bogdanovic, 0 of 7. I can't see him shooting that badly. I think a lot of things are going to normalize in the second half, and we need to see, well, from a Nets perspective, Mikal's got to shoot it more efficiently, and we need more supporting cast, because we cannot have 3 players get the job done today. We need Finney-Smith to hit a couple more threes that he's been given, Clax to have a little bit more polish at the rim, Mikal to start knocking down a few extra open looks that he's been given, and then we may need a little bit more bench punch. But overall, not a bad first half from this team. There is plenty of room to improve. These are the shooting splits. So yeah, the 3-pointers by us, that advantage there is being counteracted with the Hawks, who have had far more free throws. The offensive rebounds are similar. The assist number, the Hawks have barely assisted the ball, which pisses me off, because you should not have conceded 34 points in that quarter if they're not fucking passing the ball. If their ball movement is shit, it should make things a lot more predictable, because they're barely passing it off. And the few passes they are taking, I mean, they've turned it over 5 times, and there has been a couple of occasions where they probably should have turned it over as well, a little bit more. But we weren't able to rake it in. So those are the fine margins that, well, we need to capitalize on, for sure. Didn't have as many steals or blocks in that quarter, so we couldn't really run the break as much. That being said, the offensive rebounds is 6 apiece, but it definitely could be more in the Hawks' favor, and it could be less in our favor. Because, I mean, there's been a few where Capela's had his hands to it. Nets players have snatched the ball out of his hands. So there's been a few in dispute for sure. But if you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Hawks in a couple of days. Early start, I think it's 3 p.m. If you're in the US, it'll be 7 a.m. if you're in Australia. So nice and early on a Sunday morning. That lead is going to be gone in the first minute of the third. It very well could be 2 threes, and it's immediately gone. Although on the flip side, we saw what happened for the Magic. I mean, they led by not an absolute shit ton at halftime. I mean, they led by 14, but they started the game on a tear, or the second half on a tear. You've got to ensure that you have the same sort of start. The way we started the first quarter is the way we need to start this third quarter, and that's where I'll get the reassurance that I need to know that we're going to win this game. Those calls are the price we pay for getting blown out so much. Refs don't care about us. There's a lot of calls that oppositions will get that we just simply don't. Nets rush into threes for no reason, slow it down and take the 2 when it is there. I think the issue, though, is we're shooting threes at the same percentage as our 2s. So a lot of shots... I'll actually go to the, let's go here, the shot chart. You can see, I mean, we're getting a lot of makes on the inside, but there are a few X's in there. We're hitting the corner threes. You can see there's some very clear spots that we're getting our 3-pointers from and where we're converting from. The corner threes need to be the focal point. There have been some nice 2-pointers in there as well, but you can't be taking these like 8-foot, 11-foot, 14, 15-foot shots because you're just going to kill your offense that way. It's probably low percentage. The Hawks have had a lot of misses on the inside. I mean, yeah, for the Nets, though, I think, yeah, there's been quite a few layups missed and whatnot. Miss. You know, there's been a few makes in there as well, but I think that may be the fear for the Nets. So that's probably why we're trying to capitalize on that transition play early. But obviously, it's no good if you miss the 3-pointer, of course. It often does appear their effort and energy is reliant on if shots are falling. It happens all the time. Well, yeah, naturally, you're going to get more G'd up if you're hitting shots. The vibes are going to be better. A lot of excitement causes grey hair. Have a beer. Not a drinker, but I probably need to start drinking in the case of supporting the Brooklyn Nets because, my goodness. This team is enough to drive you to your deathbed almost. But yeah, those mid ranges I'm not liking. I'm not too fond of Dennis Schroeder taking him. There have been a couple times he should have been fouled. The ones that we've chucked up very, like, just probably about 8 to 10 feet away from the basket, they have been there. The foul has been available. They just have not been, they just haven't been called, which is so fucking frustrating. But yeah. So that is the box score. You can take away your own, or have your own takeaways. Drinking during the game will help numb the pain and may lead to a sponsorship. Well, potentially, but, you know, there may come a certain point. But for now, we'll just, we'll stay sober. Because I'll probably become even more unhinged if I start drinking. Okay. So, 56-50 at the half. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think this game is going to lead to a win or not? I've got no damn idea. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Hawks in a couple of days. And also there is a donation button if you want to donate something small and help support the channel that way. Any amount doesn't really matter. That is not an obligation, of course. Okay. We're going to do a simple, harmless poll, which is bound to generate a bit of discussion. Here we go. Poll has commenced. Pick your winner. Who do you think will win? Because goddamn, I've got no fucking idea. No idea. Right, okay. Okay. Now, Cam Johnson has got 18 points, right? That's just a bit fucking stupid in itself. Let's see if Cam Johnson has actually scored more than 18 points in a game this season. Got to find the game log. Here we go. Game log. Okay, so in a win against Orlando, he scored 20. In a loss to Atlanta, he scored 23. In a loss to New York, he scored 20. And those are the only 3 games he scored 20 or more this season. Actually, no. In a win against Detroit, he scored 24. That is his season high. Since the turn of the new year, he has not had a game above 20 points. His highest scoring game was 19 in a loss to the Knicks. Yeah, where he scored 4 3-pointers. So, yeah, 4 3-pointers. How many times has he scored 4 threes this year? So the only other time he's actually scored more than 4 threes is once against the Pels, where he hit 5 threes and we lost by 27, which is sort of stupid. But the other game was against the Hawks, where he scored 5 threes in that lost by 2 in overtime. And he scored 23 in that match. So his second highest scoring game of the season. So fair to say, I don't really think I expected what I've expected from CJ in this game. Okay. Second half. I don't know what to expect, man. I'm very fearful that we are just going to lose this. Very fearful, for sure. So it's only going to heat up from here, for sure. Third quarter is, as they say in the AFL, if you don't know what the AFL is, it's irrelevant. They call it the Premiership Quarter. The Premiership Quarter or the Championship Quarter. This is the quarter you need to win in order to win the whole game. Of course. It goes one of two ways in this quarter. And too many times this season has the game been hanging in the balance. The third quarter has been the quarter which has been our Achilles heel. Just completely fallen off a cliff in the third quarter. I mean, I'm hoping that the bad quarter that we usually have, I'm hoping it's out of the way. I'm hoping it's already happened. 56 points in a quarter is good, or in a half. Now, the middle two quarters we played against Orlando, we scored 34 points. So that's what we scored in the opening quarter. We need to ensure that we don't have a fucking rotten third quarter. As I said, it's going to start with a very strong start. As we saw in the opening quarter, the reason we have the lead right now is because of the springboard we gave ourselves in the opening quarter. If we win the third, we usually lose the fourth. Here is what I'm thinking, though. If we have a strong third quarter, if this is what I mean, right? Usually, third quarters, I mean, it's sort of tough. The thing is with these sorts of games, if you like, sometimes we'll have a shit third quarter, or we'll have a third quarter that we're sort of level. We need the confidence to actually know that we're in pole position. Whereas if you don't have a good third quarter, or you have a mid-third quarter, the indecision's going to kick in. So the next 5 games, we play the Hawks, the Grizzlies, the Sixers, the Pistons, the Hornets. Every single one of those teams is not that good. The Sixers do not have Embiid. I'm hoping they don't have Embiid. But there are so many good chances there to just buff up your wins. If you want the wins, that is, of course. So 56-50. Second half underway now. Pass to Bay. We really should have chopped that off and gotten the steal. Bay, the drive, the switch. Shoots over Claxton. No contest there. It's knocked out of play by Capela. And the Nets get the first stop of the second half. That is a plus. Big win. Now you need to convert that into a score. Easy said than done. Easier said than done. Schroeder. Bridges on the wraparound in the corner. Body bump. Step back 2. Gets it to go. Nets up 8. Good start. Now get another stop. Johnson. To the corner for Bogdanovic. Roll by Johnson. Good rollover by Finney-Smith. Had it knocked away. Did Johnson, but he still couldn't get the steal. You already know we're giving away a 3. Already know it. Murray drives instead. Doesn't get the scoop to go. Claxton gets the board, trying to stat pad. And now he's going to look for a pass here. Bridges. Johnson. High screen Claxton. Not really used. Johnson. To the corner for Finney-Smith. Good extra feed. Kick out. Johnson. Drive. Layup. Yes. CJ has just found the right balance. Been very smart with it today. Hasn't shot the 3 that's not there. He's been... Every time he's been run off the line, he's been very assertive with it. That's a terrible defensive possession. Mikal Bridges, what the fuck are you doing? Allowing that. Easy roll action, no communication. Well, there was, but Mikal didn't really listen to it. Schroeder, gonna drive on Capela. Foul. Gotta go. That's gotta count. Got to count. Got to count. You cannot take the free throws away. Fuck off. For fuck's sake, man. Every time. We can't even get one free throw. You call the foul out front. Of course you do. 60 to 52. The Nets will get into another set yet again. They would have had the 2 points, but of course it's been chalked off. Whistle actually saved the Hawks there. Johnson on the outside, back to Schroeder. Thought about the 3. We've got 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. Schroeder pulls up. High arcing jumper. Oh my goodness. The Rainbow J. It's good. 62 to 52. Nets have started well offensively, which was the very important thing to happen. Bogdanovic, good defense. Bogdanovic badly missed it, and Schroeder knocks it to Cam Johnson. That's a winning play right there. Johnson, step back 3. Got a lot of space. He's hit another one. He's got 23 points in the game. The Twins rock up against Atlanta every single time we play them. Johnson, high man between either team. Murray, pump fake, kick out. Saddiq Bey will drive. Takes on Claxton. Oh my god, Cam Johnson, you fucking idiot. I know you got 23 points. Get the fucking board. It just sat on the rim long enough that Cam Johnson mistimed his jump so badly. Claxton faked the handoff, tried himself, didn't get it to go. How on earth is that not our ball? Oh my god, man. Hawks into a set here. Bogdanovic, the screen and switch. Drives, goes downhill. Claxton's done a good job on him every time he's found himself in that situation. But Bogdanovic scores his first field goal of the game. It's taken a long time. Been a long time coming. Claxton on the perimeter. Finney Smith shoots a 3. That is just uncalled for, man. Schroeder gets the offensive board. A long rebound. It's wide open. Schroeder hits another one. That's just a bit stiff if you're looking at it from an Atlanta perspective. But Schroeder's been on a tear. It's going to be Nets ball. I don't think the Hawks are going to challenge that. We've got to get into it quickly so they don't have the chance to. So the Nets just get a steal out of absolutely nowhere. Mikal knocked it away. It went off Saddiq Bey. And the Nets will get another chance here to buff the lead up. Very good start to the second half. Schroeder goes downhill. Leaves it for the trailer. Claxton was fouled. And he had multiple personnel defending him there. But Claxton was not one bit unfazed. Schroeder the behind the back. Very polished sort of pass. And that's great awareness by Schroeder. Clax will be at the free throw line, so we finally get some free throws here. And Clax makes the first one. He's got to make these count because these are a premium. These free throws are premium, bro. We never see these. So Claxton makes the first. These are only our 3rd and 4th free throws of the entire match. And Claxton misses the second. The board secured by Capela. The Nets up 13. They led by 6 at halftime, but I said we needed to start this third quarter strongly, and we needed to carry that form through the entire quarter. We've started well. We've done one step, but there's multiple steps. Johnson, good move. Too big, too strong. Scores with the rim grazer. Schroeder will hand off to CJ. Corner for Finney Smith. That is wide open. Shooting practice. Got to make those threes, Doe. Got to make them. Johnson the drive. Easy dunk. It's going to be an offensive foul. Capela was actually shielding Claxton off the ball, so he couldn't actually contest the shot. So a very big let-off there. Not allowed to do that. And we're going to see subs. I think Finney Smith's going to go to the bench because he has just been a bit of a liability on offense. All things considered, he has been a positive. Definitely, especially on the defensive side. Capela's in foul trouble, which is a huge win for the Nets, meaning Bruno Fernando is going to have to play early minutes here. Claxton is blitzed. What the hell was Claxton thinking with that pass? I mean, it worked anyway. Finney Smith with the backdoor cut and the snazzy finish there. The alley-oop completion. And now Murray will drive. Well defended by Bridges, but Murray, excellent baseline jumper. He's been their only source of offense, really. Johnson's got another three. He is feeling it. CJ is on fire. A flamethrower. Johnson the response. The other one, he hits. So, CJ scores a three on one end. And then on the other end, oh wow, Schroeder's just letting the ball roll. And it's been like 14 seconds elapsed without anyone holding the basketball. So, nearly the halfway stage of this quarter. Claxton on the perimeter. Bridges now. Good roll by Claxton. He's found Johnson in the corner though. Driving kick. Schroeder open three. Yes! We can't miss! From the outside, we hit the halfway point. It is exactly halfway through the third quarter. The Nets live by the three and die by the three. They lead by 14 points. And, well, this team scored 21 points in 6 minutes. We need this sort of third quarter just to give us that boost we need in order to get this job done. This is a dangerous sort of lead to have, but that being said, you'd rather lead by 14 than trail by 14 and have to make the ground up. It's been a very good third quarter, though, for sure. Sixers been playing well. They're just missing Joel. Well, they're dropping games. They're the 6th seed. They're half a game off 8. Sixers are 3-7 in the last 10. Like, yeah, the Sixers are good, but they're struggling to sort of stay afloat and keep up with the leaders of the pack without Joel Embiid, which is natural. Like, they're going to be a good team in the playoffs. They're going to be, well, if you match up against them as a 3 seed and you're playing the Sixers as the 6 seed, that's a very stiff sort of matchup to have. Very tough matchup to sort of have. Alrighty. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Hawks in 2 days' time. Hopefully I see a similar performance to this one. The Nets have been pretty good in this third quarter to open. 21 points. They've conceded 13, which isn't a bad defensive quarter for this stage. We've just got to keep putting the hammer down on the offensive side. Cam Johnson has just been ridiculous. I didn't think it was sustainable. But in this third quarter, it's really showing face, or it's really proving to continue on. This form from the first half is translated into the second half. Cam Johnson has 26 points, ladies and gents, and it is not, well, it is halfway through the third quarter, and this is a performance we have just never seen at all this season. It's crazy, 26, and Schroeder's got 20 as well, and he is knocking down shots for fun. Triple-double watch also on offer. He's got 8 boards and 7 dimes to go with 20 points. He actually legitimately, if the Hawks are still in this contest in the last quarter, he could have a 30-point triple-double. I'm not even joking. 15 threes for the Nets, shooting the ball well. The free throws are the only thing that are really letting us down at the moment, and that's what's simultaneously keeping the Hawks alive, even despite their shooting percentages just being absolute dog water. The Hawks are missing Trae Young, but we are, of course, missing Cam Thomas and Ben Simmons. Both of those players are so imperative to the way we play offensively. So that's why it's such a breath of fresh air to see Cam Johnson hitting 7 threes in a game, which is form we have not seen all season. We're beating an injured trash Hawks team. Nets fans better not hype this up. And I said this when we beat Memphis. I said, you celebrate every win you get because you know when they lose, the losses are bad. The losses are bad. Very rarely, we've lost our last 6 games by an average of 17 points. Every loss, we're never in it. Good rebound by the Nets. Wilson in and Day'Ron Sharpe in also. Finney-Smith, Johnson, Schroeder remain. Matthews is in the game for the Hawks. Fernando also in. Hunter is in. Schroeder. Stagger step. Just passed it to no one. Got it back. and just stood out of bounds. Of course, Finney Smith hits the 1-3 that doesn't actually matter to anything, for anything. So, Hawks trail by 14. Now you have to close out the quarter strongly. The bench need to keep this team afloat. Hunter, got Schroeder guarding him. Good defense by Schroeder. Hunter lost the ball. Matthews is blitzed. Hunter, pump fake into the paint. Good pass to Bay in the corner. He's wide open, but he misses. Not enough lift, and he's had a rough shooting night. The Nets can get this lead up even higher. Johnson. Screen by Sharp. Pass to Wilson. Flings it to the corner for Finney Smith. Behind the back. Well held. Sharp in the middle. Johnson, the cutter down the middle. Layup is good. +1. CJ is on one today. And it was Wilson with the off-ball cut. Dejounte Murray was the direct assignment. The Wilson screen off the ball freed CJ up to do that cut without anyone putting a body on him. And he was able to score the 2. Got fouled. +1. CJ at the line. I'm actually feeling up and about. This is crazy. And he makes the free throw. Cam Johnson driving to the cup the way he has today is the best version of Cam Johnson. He's athletic and he's tall. He should not be playing like just a spot up. He's got more than that about him. 4:30 to play. The Nets have outscored the Hawks by 11 in the quarter. Murray pulls up, misses the 3. Johnson boxes out. Finney Smith ends up with 2 hands on it. Schroeder will push the pace. Johnson gets it from through the legs behind the back. Schroeder's wide open. Another 3. Big third quarter by the Nets. Hallelujah! Murray to Matthews. Schroeder's playing good post defense here on Hunter. Very low base by Schroeder. Hunter just gets into the paint now. Tough shot. Scores falling to the floor. Hawks down 18. But this has been an exquisite third quarter by the Nets. And I said we needed something like this. They call it the premiership quarter for a reason. It dictates games. Johnson. The pass to the corner for Finney Smith. 8 to shoot. Fed to Dayron Sharp under the basket, and Fernando will pick up the foul because Dayron, if he gets that pass, Fernando is not between Dayron and the basket. It's worrisome. Great third quarter by the Nets, though. I literally tried to manifest it. I said, we need to see the first quarter all over again. But you've done 2 pieces of the puzzle. You have started the second half well. You've solidified the lead, but now you need to close. Do not let the opposition go on an 8-12-0 run. Do not, under any circumstance. Wilson to DSJ, who's in the game. Why is he shooting pull-up mid-ranges? Because he can make them, apparently. He knocks it down. Nets up 20. 85-65. And Buffkin's getting ready to check in for the Hawks. The Nets have 22 assists already in the game. Murray is going to drive on Wilson. Good defense by Wilson. It's a blocking foul. It'll be 2 free throws for Murray. And part of the reason we have this lead is because we've kept the Hawks off the free throw line in the third quarter. They've barely taken them. It's been great defense by the Nets. And it's supplemented their offense, for sure. I'm really enjoying watching this team, which is very surprising. The game is not done. We have a very long time to go. Next game, CJ won't even score more than 12 points. We got role players going against other role players. I simply do not care what team we play. We got smoked by 26 last game to the fucking Orlando Magic. So let me enjoy this, because we haven't seen games this good from a Nets perspective, performance perspective, in a long, long time. Or we don't see them consistently enough. The bad outweighs the good. So let me enjoy the good when it happens. DSJ, oh my god, bro. What is bro doing shooting middies? He's hit another one! Fucking isolation Dennis Smith Jr. What the fuck? Bro, you know we're living in an alternate reality today when DSJ is isolating himself. We're playing ISO ball with Dennis Smith Jr., ladies and gentlemen, and this guy is scoring. I really don't know how to explain this third quarter, to be honest, because I knew the importance of having a third quarter like this, but I didn't think it would actually happen. I just thought it had trap game written all over because Dejounte Murray had scored 20 in the first half. But it's fair to say that he has not caught the magic of how he played in the first half. And, well, the Hawks have only scored 16 points in the quarter. And interestingly, at the halfway point of the quarter, so the 6-minute mark, the Nets had conceded 13 points. So in the last 3 minutes, barely given points away and have kept the offense going. In this quarter, we've scored already 31 points, and we've still got 2.5 to play. So another big quarter incoming here. We have outscored the Hawks by 15, and this gives me great hope that we can actually get the job done. Can the Hawks win? Well, the Nets have time and time again shown that no lead is safe, but the way we're playing today at this stage, I would not think we're going to lose this one. That being said, nothing is guaranteed. Righto. Alrighty. So the Nets doing bits. I mean, Cam Johnson has been the surprise. I think it's fair to say. I don't think anyone expected him to play as well as he has been playing. And I also don't think anyone expected the Hawks to be shooting this poorly against a Nets team who have been turnstiles on defense at best. Schroeder's got 23. Cam Johnson's got 29. Those two have combined for 12 three-pointers. We have shot the ball at a ridiculously good rate, barely turned the ball over, and yeah, it's pretty happy days at the moment, even despite the 5 free throws that we've taken. Ethan Hawke is also in the building. Quality actor. Love to see it. He's probably bored out of his brains having to watch this Nets team time and time again. He's been a part of one of their clothing lines, I think. It's really been established from minute one, the way this Nets team have played today. They started on an 18-4 run in the first quarter. So even though the Hawks brought it back in the second quarter, the Nets have come out of the halftime break with the exact energy required in order to win the game. But the game is not done. The quarter isn't even over. So there's plenty of time for the Hawks to turn it around, but they can't really dawdle or afford to do so. Bogdanovic, who has only made 1 field goal, of course he hits that. That's when you know, the minute he hits that shot, always decides to heat up at the back end of the third quarter. No matter what sort of game he's had, against the Nets, he always scores these fucking stupid shots, even though he's like, what, 2 of 9, I think, in the game? 2 of 10. We're in the final 2 minutes of the quarter. The Hawks trail by 18. Walker on the perimeter, picked up by Hunter. Walker will drive the layup. Nice little finger roll there by Lonnie Walker with the left hand, the inside-out layup. And now Bufkin will bring it up for Atlanta, down 20. Bufkin the drive, shoots over Claxton. That's always going to be a tough proposition. Walker's got to get the fucking rebound. How many times do I have to say it? Bogdanovic hangs and gets the bounce. And that fucking does my head in every single time. Simple rebounds. You just need to position yourself further back so the ball doesn't go over your head, which is exactly what happened with Lonnie Walker. Bridges is doubled. Wilson, hesitation, gets inside, misses the layup badly, and a board by Bufkin. We've got to get back on defense. Do not allow them to go on a late quarter run. Bogdanovic goes downhill. Good bit of patience there. Had Claxton get by him. And of course, Bogdanovic. Okay. You know what? I love this Kevin Ollie timeout. Love it. Purely for the fact that, I mean, the discussion has got to be at the end of this third quarter, do not let this lead slip. Because you have played a very good quarter. Do not allow the Hawks to give themselves a red-hot crack going into the final quarter. This is why I consistently say you have to play the full quarter. And you also, like, this is why having a good third quarter is so important, because like these 2 minutes are very crucial, because you either go into the last quarter very comfy, or you go into the last quarter with a little bit of indecision, a bit of uncertainty, because you know that lead is not safe, and you know the opposition has had momentum going into the final change. So 89 to 73, we're in a good spot, but yeah, I don't really know what the future holds, quite honestly. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets versus the Atlanta Hawks again. We'll be repeating the dose. Yeah, hopefully repeating the dose of what we've delivered today thus far. Schroeder's been a gun. Cam Johnson's also been a gun. But the game is not over yet. Just because we scored 89 points in 3 quarters, it doesn't mean we won't conk out in the last and score 105. I really hope what I just said will not actually come to fruition here. Walker catch and shoot 3 on the wing. It's online, and it never looked in doubt. Good 3-pointer made. Out of the timeout, that's the exact sort of shot you want to make. Cancel out that momentum for Atlanta. Bay. Pass to Johnson. Now to Buffkin, who will drive. Why did DSJ sag off for a moment? Hunter 3. Bad miss. It's an air ball. Walker can get it to Wilson. It's, well, a layup attempt here. And Wilson was definitely fouled by Bogdanovic on the head. Great work by Walker to get it ahead to Jalen Wilson, who was off to the races. He knew that one was off, and he had already gotten ahead of much of the Hawks' defensive line. So he will be taking 2 free throws here. So Wilson, I'm loving the Wilson minutes. I don't know why. He doesn't do too much. But I think the fact that he's just a simple sort of player, doesn't really, like, holds his own on defense. That's what you want to see. I also think the timeout by Kevin Ollie at that 1 minute mark did something else aside from allow us to regroup. It also completely stopped the Hawks in their tracks. Wilson makes both free throws at the line, which is something we've done a bit of a better job of doing in this second half. Buffkin gets it by half court. 3-second difference between shot and game. Nets up 21. Buffkin. I love saying his name, by the way. He's going to drive. That's too easy. Way too easy. And Buffkin probably should have been fouled. 8 seconds to go. Walker, 1-on-1. Shake and bake. Step back 3. Blocked by Johnson. They got 2 to shoot. 1 to shoot. Half court 3. It's off, and it was very much online. Just a little bit more power needed on it, and it was down. So, 3-quarter time. The Nets have a commanding 19-point lead over the Hawks. It was a great third quarter for them, where they scored 38 points, and the opposition only scored 25. So we had a cracking quarter. I'm just going to be right back. Just need to go to the toilet, and then we'll hopefully be all primed and set to go for the last quarter. Back in a moment. Alright, so we're back. I just got here just in time for the final quarter to begin. And the Nets have possession, of course. DSJ to the corner for Walker. Wide open three. Sits on the rim. It's going to be Nets ball. Nice. Oops. Drop my headset. Love to see it. Alright. Nets up by 19 going into the fourth. That is the exact quarter that we were... Well, I was preaching for us to get, and we got it. For once it actually happened. DSJ's open in the corner for three. It's off. Bridges gets the board. Well done. Gets the long rebound. Walker's going to drive. Had it knocked away from him. It's going to be still Nets ball on the baseline. Matthews is the man who knocks the ball out of Walker's hands on the drive attempt. And so the Nets will get into it again. So... fairly disjointed way to start the last quarter. Bridges from the inbounds, pulls up for three. It's off. Claxton, another offensive board. So we'll reset again and the clock goes back out to 14. Walker. DSJ, drive it. Please drive it. Please drive it. Layup. Oh, he hangs and scores off the window. So 52 seconds into the quarter and the Hawks had not touched the ball once in all 52 seconds. Courtesy of a couple of offensive rebounds. Wilson, I mean, Ollie was absolutely banging into Wilson because he was right in front of the Nets bench to put the hand in the face, force the miss, and on the other side, we score a three, and the Nets are up 24. So Kevin Ollie was barking in Jalen Wilson's face, telling him, or barking orders, telling him, mate, put the hand in the face, and you need... to ensure we don't give away this three. Because he was sagging off a little bit. Put the hand in the face. Jalen Johnson missed the three. Go up the other end. Mikal pulls up for three and knocks it down. So the Nets on 99 points already. And we still have 10 minutes and 41 seconds to play in this game. So what a cracking start to the last quarter as well. And this is the exact thing I talk about when I say you need to end a quarter strongly and erase that uncertainty. It means you can start the quarter with a little bit more freedom and weight off your shoulders because you know that lead is more intact. We are shooting 50% from the field, 46% from three, only the 7 free throws. But it's very clear today we haven't looked too pinned down by the absences of Ben Simmons and Cam Thomas. Mikal Bridges has 15, but he has not needed to do anything, to be quite honest. He's actually got 7 boards and 4 dimes, so he's done a little bit of everything. Schroeder's stuffed the stats as well. He's got 7 dimes and 8 rebounds. Cam Johnson has hit 7 threes. He's made 10 field goals. That is definitely this is his clear best output of the season. The Nets have only had 3 players in double figures, yet it's been a pretty explosive sort of performance from those 3, shooting the ball very efficiently, given the volume of shots they've taken. And for the Hawks, they've really had not much to sort of go with us. They're shooting 42% from the field, 27% from 3. Free throws have dried up in the second half. They've only taken 2, and the Nets have been able to even that up a little bit. And the turnovers have been pretty light from both oppositions or both teams today. The Nets 24 dimes, the Hawks only the 13 dimes. And Dejounte Murray's only got 4. So he's been their clear number 1 for them today, but it's like their supporting cast and our supporting cast. When you look at, the performances of the 2 supporting casts, it's been worlds apart for one or between the 2, We've got Cam Johnson and Schroeder combining for 52 points, which is something that has not happened in a long, long time. It's like saying, Spencer Dinwiddie and Cam Johnson. When was the last time you could say those 2 scored 23 or more? Both of them on good efficiencies. That's what we've seen here today. That's why we've got 99 points at this stage of the game, even without Cam Thomas and Ben Simmons. We needed guys to step up, and it's fair to say that these well, Cam Johnson's getting paid money to do this shit. Johnson, the kick out to Matthews. It's going to be a body bump and a foul. Claxton's playing the 5 here. The Hawks are going small ball. They've got Jalen Johnson as the 5. So they're going a 5-out shooters lineup. 24 points down. They've really got nothing to lose. So if they get back into the game off the back of this, you can praise Quinn Snyder for making that bold sort of move. But we've got to attack the paint. Johnson, Hunter, 3 is short. The board by Claxton. It's going to be much easier for us to rebound if there are misses. That being said, that's all theory because we're a shit team some of the time getting those rebounds. Mikal, Buffkin is guarding Claxton under the basket. He's doubled. I just lost my voice there. Bridges for 3 in the corner. Doesn't get the bounce. The board for Atlanta. They're going to have a lot of quick early shots being put up here. Bogdanovic, the pump fake to the corner for Hunter. The 3 is open. It's good. And the Nets trail or lead by 21. So DSJ is going to let that ball trickle forward. DSJ. Wilson, early 3. Hits back iron, the board by the Hawks. I would not shoot that 3 at this stage given the situation. We're up 21. Buffkin is standing on the sideline. It's going to be Nets ball. Murray and Capela are into the game. So it looks like we're going to see the Hawks try to exert their final push towards potentially stealing this game in the last quarter. There is a long way to go. 9 minutes 30 to play. Johnson's getting ready to check in now. He sits at the scorer's table taking off the warm-ups. And now DSJ is going to give it to Mikal. High screen coming up. Drive into the paint. Oh my God, no look behind the back. Walker for 3. That pass, that is ridiculous by Mikal. I mean, half the time he can't even handle the basketball and he's making passes like that look easy. Or making a pass like that look so easy. And Walker scores the 3, completes the play. Bogdanovic trying to cook on Claxton, but we know he's been clamping him and sending him to the Claxton Correctional Facility. Walker is fouled. Or Walker fouls Johnson with 3 seconds left. That is a poor foul to give up. It's going to be free throws. So the Nets lead by 24 damn points. Who would have fucking thought? So Lonnie Walker with 5 personals. He is the only player really in double. What am I talking about? Foul trouble. Clint Capela's been in foul trouble for some of the game. That's why he has not seen as much floor time as you probably would have liked if you're looking at things from an Atlanta perspective. Wilson goes to the bench with Lonnie Walker, as we said, who is dealing with foul trouble. Free throws converted there by Johnson. So the Nets lead by 22. And look, the Hawks, in order to win this game, need to outscore us by more than 2 points every minute. So the more you can play with minimal pace, the better. But Claxton is looking to capitalize on an unset Atlanta defense. He goes right at the defender, which was Murray on that occasion. And Capela was also there. I don't know who's been hit with the foul, but if it's Capela, that's number 5. I think it's Murray, though, beforehand. So Claxton at the free throw line, donning the new look, the cornrows. Clax at the line. Good conversion. First free throw made. So Claxton, first free throw converted. Second free throw coming up here. And it goes down. So Clax, perfect from the line. Now Dejounte Murray will bring it up. DSJ with the steal. Oh my God, he's pulled up for 3. He hit the 3. Oh my goodness. What the fuck? DSJ making shots. Turning defense into offense. Goodness gracious. What Nets team am I watching today? That's an offensive foul. The Nets will have possession. Jalen Johnson will be hit with the call. The Nets, bro, are up 27 points. For context, last game, 48 hours ago, I was watching Cavaliers Dallas on stream because I was so disinterested at the Nets game because we were down 27. But today, it's the complete turnaround. There is no in-between with this mob. They either get smoked or they do the smoking. Oh, what a cut by Finney-Smith! Put Bogdanovic on a poster. What a feed. Was that Day'Ron Sharpe with the dime? Jesus Christ, what am I watching? Nets up 29 points. What we're seeing in this second half from the Nets is exactly what we saw from the Magic against the Nets as they were professionals at an old-fashioned beatdown the other night. Like, the Hawks were sort of in the game at halftime. It has just completely been blown beyond proportion here. Bogdanovic is fouled, and it'll be 2 free throws here for Bogdanovic. So, Hawks have really struggled. I don't know if they're playing on the second night of a back-to-back. I don't think they are, you know. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Hawks in a couple of days, an earlier start, but also stay tuned on the community tab of my channel. I will be posting some options for games I will do that I will watch as a neutral and do the play-by-play for. So I think there's like off memory, LA, Indiana, Clippers, Pelicans. There's a couple of games in there which are pretty cool. Minnesota, Golden State. There's quite a few in there. So those games I will look to cover. And there's some where I want you to pick the game you want me to cover. There's a couple of games on certain days, or a couple of really good games on certain days. Day'Ron Sharpe for 3. Day'Ron Sharpe for 3! What is going on? What the fuck, man? Murray, the response, he scores for 2. Bro, what the fuck is going on? Day'Ron Sharpe is hitting 3-pointers. Oh my god, he's doing it again. Oh my god, he's done it again! What the fuck is this? Bro, man's hit more threes in one game than Clax has hit on the entire season. He's hit more threes in... Oh my god, and he's blocked Capela as well. What the fuck, man? Bro, Day'Ron has hit 2 threes in 30 seconds, which is more than Claxton has hit all season. Probably more shots than Claxton has made in the mid-range all season. What the fuck, man? Day'Ron Sharpe hitting 3-pointers. What game am I watching? And the bench has sort of been emptied. Cam Johnson is still in. Murray in the corner, who remains in. Capela rolls. Wilson just got completely discarded, and Capela scored with a spin move hook shot. So DSJ is going to drive. He's sitting in no man's land under the basket. He's going to roll Capela to the outside. I don't know why Capela is tightly guarding. Cam Johnson will drive. What is Watford doing, mate? Watford was rolling round. And Cam Johnson... Well, he thought Cam Johnson was going to adopt the space that he was just in. So he moved across, but Cam Johnson, not on the same page, bounced past it to him. And, well, he bounced past it to no one, to be honest. It's going to be... It's going to be Hawks ball here. And it looks like the Nets are taking no risks after Cam Thomas got injured in the Memphis blowout. Johnson to the bench. What a game by him today. 29 points on great efficiency, the best efficiency game he's had all season, and in a very, very long time. He has not scored more than 20 points in 2024, but that all changed in this match here today. Hunter, oh my god, I thought that was a legal contest there by Watford. The Nets have emptied the bench. The Hawks still have their starters in. Watford, Bates, Diop, Wilson, all on the court with Day'Ron Sharpe and DSJ. And it's Hunter at the free throw line now. When Dayron is allowed to shoot threes, we win guaranteed. His stretch 5 potential. the ability for Dayron to make threes today is irrelevant to the fact that we're gonna win this game. It's irrelevant. Bro, the game was over before he made those 2 threes. I believe there's probably McDonald's fries on the line. Hunter missed the first. Gave the crowd some hope. But the second was converted. So the Nets up 28. We are into now the final half of this last quarter. The Nets, well, are playing with their 5 worst players, let me just say. Dayron going to take on Bay. Lost the ball. Got it back. Tried to fling it to Wilson. Got it to Wilson. And then DSJ was cutting to the basket and Wilson threw it out of bounds. So it would be nice if we could just score a couple points or run out the clock without actually fucking turning it over. Murray the drive, the layup is good. Bro, I actually don't think I'm a fan of us. Like, do not let this team back into the game. I mean, 26 points in 6 minutes. Surely not. Surely not. So Murray converts. It's, I think Ollie's going to call a timeout here. Does he bring back his starters? I think he's going to regroup the troops. Rally the troops. Good game, but when I see this, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Are you talking about the record? 22 wins, 36 losses? Yeah. Yeah, that's something we should just not think about, to be honest, these days. I just don't understand why there's no in-between. Why there are no games that I watch with the Nets where teams aren't in the game. I don't know why it's the case with every single game we play. This is the last 10 games we've played for context. Lost by 27, win by 25, lost by 15, lost by 28, lost by 50, lost by 8, win by 20, lost by 23, lost by 12, lost by 11, win by 15, lost by 16, win by 33. The last time there was a game decided by under a dozen points, Houston, when we beat them all the way back on the 28th of January. And even that game was a blowout until the Rockets came storming back in the last quarter. They trailed by 18 at three-quarter time. And then before that before that was a run of close games we couldn't complete. We choked the game against the Knicks, the Timberwolves, the Clippers we choked. We beat the Lakers. We choked against the Blazers and the Heat. All close games there. But since that point, we've really been starved of close games. So it's been a hot minute since we've had something to cheer about. And it's good to see that this team is, this team is actually delivering today, because it could be a hell of a lot worse. A long, long way. Very much so. Alrighty. So I'm not really sure what's going on, because Dayron Sharp's hitting fucking 3-pointers from above the break. So 5:43 to play in this one. The Nets lead by 25. They led by 18 at quarter time, 6 at the half, then buffed up their lead to 19 at three-quarter time, led by as much as 29, and the Hawks have scored the last 4 points of the game. So Cam Johnson with season highs in threes made and points. The Nets have hit 22 threes in this game, the 5th game of the season that's happened. The Hawks are still running their starters. How poverty. Still got Capela and Murray in the game. Dennis, Dayron, blocked by Capela. Jesus Christ. He got absolutely dispatched there. I don't know if there was a push involved. So ball inbounded to Sharp. Oh my God, bro. I actually don't know if... Mate, What the fuck is the point? Why would, as from a Hawks perspective, why would you risk it? Why would you risk your best player without Trae Young? And then obviously your defensive anchor. Matthews for 3. That's an air ball. Rebounded by Wilson, and he was fouled by Bay. It was a pretty soft foul to concede. And the referees usually love to give those away, but it looks like the Hawks are probably going to throw in the towel now. They bring on Kobe Buffkin. Capela will go to the bench for Fernando, and that is well and truly going to be an indication that they are throwing in the towel. So the Nets are up 25. We've got 5 minutes to play in this one. Enjoy it, savor it, because I don't know how many wins we're going to get this season. And quite frankly, I mean, this is a game that we had a chance to win, but I didn't think we'd be as emphatic as we have been. Bates Diop the drive, good take, lost the ball, and it will be Nets ball with 5 to shoot. We're in the final 5 minutes now. And the Nets up by a very nice 25 points, having lost by 27 last game, in which they were out of the game for about, 24 minutes. Good cut by Bates Diop. He scores off the window. Matthews not very good at reading the play from the inbounds, and the Nets up 27. Buffkin the drive. The kick out to Matthews. Now Fernando. Matthews the cut, the driving kick. Forrest in the corner, who was upgraded to a standard deal after they waived the Hawks. Patty Mills. Buffkin for 3, top of the key. Rims out, rebound by Sharp. But yeah, Patty Mills was released by the Hawks today. So, interesting stuff. I would say his career may be done and dusted now. Dennis the drive, the layup, he was fouled by Matthews. 2 free throws here with 4:12 to play. What a win, ladies and gents. Get around it. Get around it. So Dennis at the line. Nets up 27. Free throws here. And the Nets look like they're primed for 120 points, which is also something we've struggled to hit in recent memory as well. DSJ misses. Nearly got his own miss because of the way the ball ricocheted. Nets up 28. Fernando to Buffkin. And now Forrest. The drive. Dennis tried to knock it away. Forrest, the push shot. Doesn't get the bounce. Dayron gets the board. We'll hand it to Dennis. We're in the final 4 minutes. Can the Nets hold this opponent under 100 points? That is the question. Bates Diop. Dennis Smith shoots the 3. That rims out. Rebound by Fernando. And now Wesley Matthews. Buffkin the drive. Recovered the dribble. Kick out to the corner for Forrest, and now Matthews on the outside. Buffkin, screen by Fernando, drive. Fernando lost the ball going up, and it's going to be still Atlanta ball, but with 4 to shoot, the 3:17 mark of this last quarter. So not long left now. Good cut there by Forrest, or Matthews, the kick out to Forrest. Shoots a baseline 2, the shot clock expires, and the Hawks let a possession go without having any attack on the basket. The Nets have to indicate, or have to recognize, though, that the job is not done because they play this opponent in a couple of days' time. The Hawks are going to know where they've fallen short, and they're probably going to rock up. So I guess that's the art of playing 2 games in a row against the same opponent. You can make amends for what you did wrong the first time round. We've got to make sure we don't fall into that trap. Wilson, the step back 2. It's long. The board by the Hawks. Buffkin. Fernando to Matthews, the drive. That's a foul, and it goes, and Watford is going to be hit with the reach-in foul. I saw him trying to get into the cookie jar, but unfortunately, not going to do so very sneakily because the ref saw everything that was done there by Trenton Watford. So free throws coming up. 1 free throw here. 2:40 to play in this game. Very complete performance by the Nets. aside from maybe the second quarter where they shipped off 34 second quarter points, and the Hawks, that was probably their purple patch of the game. Dennis, the wraparound, good take by Sharp. I thought he stood on the sideline, but the points are going to count, and the Nets lead by 26. 28, should I say. They did lead by 26. Buffkin, Matthews, to the other Matthews. I didn't even realize they have two Matthews on the court right now. One with 1T, one with 2. And that is a 3 by Buffkin. 2 minutes to play, 25-point lead. And the Nets, man. Fucking unpredictable, this lot. You just don't know what you're going to get on a nightly basis. Watford, the finger roll is good. And the lead is back up to 27. And what a win. What a win, man. Got to get G'd up by it. Buffkin knocked away. Well done by Dayron Sharp, who gets a steal and then held up the pass. Waited for the Hawks defense to get by. And he'll give it to DSJ now. They feed Bates Diop under the basket. Foul. 2 free throws here. We're in the final 30, or not 30. 1 minute 30, 90 seconds of the game. And as this game winds down, what a win. What a damn win. I can't say that enough, because going in, I don't think a lot of people had any faith in the Nets' ability to win, let alone by this much. And here we are with a couple of players really rocking up to play for the Nets. Probably Cam Johnson's best game of the season. Nearly Dennis Schroeder's best game in a Nets uniform. I mean, definitely his best offensive game in a Nets uniform. 7 assists and 23 points. Matthews for 3 probably was fouled. Fell to the floor, but didn't get the call. I mean, they're not going to dispute it now. It's a 29-point deficit they're facing, so it's not like it's deciding the game. Dennis just, oh my goodness, the springs out of nowhere. He fucking blew the dunk, and he looks at his hand. That's the trick. You look at your hand and act as if it was your hand's fault. It wasn't your fault. Matthews, good bounce pass to Fernando, who's able to score around the defender that time. But we've got 40 or so seconds to play in this game, and that is a win that you can really be proud of. And there's been quite a few games where I haven't been very proud supporting this team. Not much to cheer about, but this has been a very, very strong win for the Nets. 27 points up, I assume, at the final buzzer. And that'll do it. Huge win. And you know how important that is in terms of the play-in race? When you consider that the Hawks are ahead of us, the Nets sit in 11th, the Hawks 10th. A win today cut 1 game off the amount of games we trail them by. So we play them again. We have an opportunity to cut the games back deficit from 3 to 2. And then all of a sudden you're in with a sniff to potentially nab that spot, especially with the Hawks having Trae Young out for some time. So it was a flipping of the script today for both the Hawks and the Nets. The Nets lost by 27 the other day, won by 27 today. The Hawks actually won by 27 the other day, lost by 27 today. They actually beat the Utah Jazz by this exact scoreline, 124-97. Overall, great last quarter by this team. 3-quarter time, we led 94-75. In the last quarter, we scored 30 points. So it tops off 3 quarters where we scored 30 or more. And, well, we only conceded, more than 25 in 1 quarter, which was the quarter we conceded, we scored under 30. So, huge all-round win. This is exactly what you want to see. The Hawks had a terrible, terrible offensive game. Shot 43% from the field, 29% from 3. Really struggled from minute 1. The free throws make their score look a little bit more respectable. looked after the ball for the most part, but they really had no one rock up in this game. Only one player scored more than 15, Dejounte Murray, and he wasn't really assist heavy like he has been in the last couple of games without Trae Young. So DeAndre Hunter did not too bad. Bufkin was all right in his bench minutes. Bogdanovic inefficient. Jalen Johnson wasn't too bad, but they just didn't have enough scoring from that supporting cast. Whereas on the Nets end, I mean, they looked after the ball. Rebounding-wise, out-rebounded them. But you see the shooting percentages, 51% from the field, 48% from three. And we took 46 threes to lead to 22 makes. That is the definition of how you're going to win a lot of games of basketball. Not too many games you'll lose where you score 22 threes. And we've done it on 5 occasions this season where we've scored more than 23s. And I would bet good money on us having won each one of those games. DSJ scored 10. Day'Ron Sharpe hit 2 threes. He ended with 12 points, 8 boards, 4 dimes. Also a steal and a block. So he did very much a bit of everything. Lonnie Walker had 11 as well. He shot 3 of 6 from downtown. So he was one of many on fire from the outside. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players who scored more than, or 2 threes or more. We had 4 players score 3 threes or more. Mikal Bridges went 3 of 9. It was good for him to see a few more go down, even though the efficiency wasn't great. He was a team high plus 30. And he had this excellent behind the back bounce pass to Lonnie Walker in the corner, which he scored. A great assist by him. So I think that'll probably be on the highlight reel used by the Nets organization at some point for their marketing. Dennis Schroeder and Cam Johnson. Discussions need to be had about how good they were today. Cam Johnson from minute 1 was on the ball. And the fact that we put the game to bed early did a number of things, but it also ensured that we did not have to see what Cam Johnson may do in the clutch. Because even though he played as well as he did, I can probably put money on Cam Johnson potentially stinking it up in the closing minutes. But he did a great job of getting the balance right, hit the 3-pointers that were given to him, a lot of open looks, he knocked them down, whereas in past games, he's left a lot to be desired in that regard. Finney Smith didn't do too bad defensively, but probably was really a non-factor. And then, yeah, Schroeder, quality. Was probably going to have a triple-double if he played more than 27 minutes. I mean, the efficiency that comes with that 27-minute cameo today. 23 points, 8 boards, 7 dimes, barely turned the ball over, so he was pretty quality. Overall, a very strong team performance by this squad, and we really didn't... It wasn't really in doubt beyond halftime, which makes for a very, very positive and stress-free watching experience, something that I have not been able to say too much about the Nets for in recent memory. So a great win, won a number of categories, and the 22 threes, I mean, this team has the ability to score like this. It's just we have not seen enough of it, and the playmaking's been a little bit off. I sense the Hawks are going to play with a little bit more defensive intent going forward, but that being said, I think credit needs to be also put forth from and like towards the Nets, because defensively we started the game well. We conceded like 4 points in 5 or so minutes to open. It opened up a 14-point lead for us, and from then on we didn't really look back. So that's the importance of starting the game well. We saw in the second half how important a third quarter was in terms of having, well, not only for the scoreline and that sort of thing, but the psychological effects that come with it, because obviously we've been bad in third quarters before, and, you know, you don't want uncertainty to seep in going into the last quarter, where usually we fall flat a lot of the time because of that uncertainty and trying to rush and force shots that probably aren't there. So it's good to see that we didn't even test it with regards to, the kind of potential collapse that could have happened if it went into the last quarter and deep into the last quarter, where the game was hanging in the balance. This is an important win as well for the fact that we have not had too many games where we've scored 120 or more in recent memory. The last time we scored 120 points was a 20-point win against the Spurs. And then before that, it was a win against Philly by 15, where we scored 136. And then before that, it was, well, a loss against Phoenix where we scored 120 but conceded 136. And then before that, it was the Jazz where we scored 147. So you're seeing every time we score over 120 these days, because we're playing better defensively, it means that we're winning the vast majority of games. Usually when we score more than 120 these days, it's not off the back of a shootout with the opposition. It's off the back of the defense helping supplement our offense. So, yeah, hopefully we see more of this going forward for sure. This team is just nuts, though. I can't really get a gauge at all. Those leaving now, make sure to drop a like on the way out. We will be back for an earlier start for Nets Hawks in a couple of days' time, so make sure to tune in for that one. This has been a good win. Enjoy it, because I don't really know what to expect from this Nets team in a couple of days' time, but best believe I sure as hell won't be able to bet on it, because, yeah, it's pretty difficult to gauge. Anyway, that's going to do it from me. We will see you in a couple of days' time for Nets versus Hawks. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to show your support on the way out. Drop a donation if you would like, and subscribe if you are new so you are notified of when I go live next. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up. So good win. Hopefully this is something we can use going forward. I mean, oftentimes we don't. This doesn't translate to the next match. Very rarely do we win 2 in a row. The last time we won 2 in a row was after beating Houston, and then we beat the Jazz by 33. So that was like a little stretch where we won 3 of 4. But hopefully we can just convert this to some better team basketball, man. As my holy king says, love the name. He says, just win. I wish it was that simple, but when you dumb it down, we simply have to just win. Alrighty, I'm done. Have a good one. Stay safe. We'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the support. But for now, that'll do. And yeah, we will see you nice and early. 7 a.m. if you're in Australia, and 3 p.m. if you're in the US Eastern time. See you guys. Have a good one.